Leche. Parity, not patriarchy. Past, present, futures. Here's we ours again. The Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General's Co-Secretary. That's what we like to call ourselves and use, all of us, everyone's. But in order to connect our names and purposes to other archetypal languagings of hers and histories on this, our homes, and all our planets, past, present, futures, and contact, we also calls ourselves other names, such as ever young goddesses and gods. Does that mean we're trying to become a pantheon above others? No. What we are delivering, of course not, we are delivering divine democracies. Divine democracies, so that all of the created, incarnated souls that God has created and wants to bring best blessings to, past, present, futures, now as Couszmic Chrisztsz, reparatively as divine feminines, and reparatively as divine feminines and masculines with an ion at EQUINOX, can be reunited again, back and forth in circles, times, in balance and contact, because space-time is not linear. Does that in any way suggest that we're trying to usurp the ever-lovings and ever-living authorities and powers of the one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe? No, of course not. There is only one Mother, Father, Goddess, God of the universe, ever present in all creations and all sustainings, including us, and all that we knows and have ever knowns and shall ever knowns, and comes to our loves and our knows, our lead and betters, past, present, futures, including all our families, communities, past, present, futures, close allegiance and all relateds, and all the flora and fauna that God has given us to co-steward and appreciates. And so we says, Namaste, the divines within us, reach the divines within yous and alls. And we says, Mikotuya Oyasin, Mikotuya Kosivaral. We are all related, and because we know we are all related, we can come together again, back and forth in circles, times, in balance and contact. And we also says, the lights within us greets the lights within yous and alls, because we know us that we are any's and alls and everyone's, all's made of star stuffs, and because we are heeding the divine kindness and wisdom of the divine feminine's friendlies and egalitarian civilizations and cultures that came before us and had so much kindness and wisdom, especially the Magdalene era, and especially the Atlantis and the Vedics and the Wundas, Rishimayas, and back and forth in circles, times, mitochondrial on all continents, past, present, futures, all reunited, and on this and beyond this planet's past, present, futures. For heavens on this and all earths. And so we also call ourselves other names, such as co-white calf buffalo women, co-changing women, co-Iroquois, Poi, goddess clan mothers, in fact, co-sister cousines, and co-cousin brothers, goddesses and gods of Iroquois. We call ourselves Co-Orias and Orishas and Umayas. We call ourselves Spider Women, Co-Earth Women, Co-Sky Women, Co-Kachinas, Co-Katsinas, Co-Daganach, Co-Kalki, Co-Mamamari, Co-Zayashant, and Co-Couszmic Chrisztsz, and other names. Now, don't let that word Christ intimidate you. The word Christ in ancient languages simply he translates to anointed. And we use that word reparatively as divine feminines, and reparatively with the ionate of the divine feminines and masculines equal use. And so we also call ourselves other names, such as co-Stellarianese and co-Easterlianese, that is co-Aesterlianese and co-Aesterlianese, because we are combining the messages of Shushan, that is 50-50 promise fulfilled and delivered, with that of the Galilee of kindness and wisdom reunited, especially balancing, including both the Magdalenians and Nazarenes equally use all the female elves reparatively and all the female elves and male elves reparatively with the ionate, and connecting them to their ancient heritage of Atlantis and Vedic and other heritage that were divine feminine friendlies and egalitarians, so that we all becomes all reborns and activities and always risen springs via our LU Christopher mystery ceremonies and the new morning rule on back and forth in circles, times on this and all our planets, and so we call ourselves very real stargates, Atlantis, and all holy lands and sacred earth risens, and the last that shall be first go first, teams of very real stargates, Atlantis, and all holy and sacred earth risens, Star Treks and Stargates and Star Treks reunited for heavens on this and all our earths, past, present, futures. Now, it sounds like a daunting task to co-occur in these open the Stargates and the Akashic records for reborns and risen humanities, but actually it's easily accomplished via the New Millennial Golden Rule, which you can read at 5050now.wordpress.com, and just next to it, the 11 steps for easily accomplished strategies for making us and those, including the LWO mystery ceremonies. And you can see another page on the website called Among the Representatives, you, because you too, shells and cans and shells, joins us in becoming Equinoxtrueqsz, Co-Secretary General's cause for us. The only issues that we had been concerned about is whether or not we've been silly and stupid enough to lose our incarnations and not take this opportunity to do this from this our planet, and lose this planet, and then have to come again, reincarnate back and forth in circles times, and in other incarnations, do it for somewhere else in the universe. But we know is that we cans and shells and cans accomplish this now. And you can see some of our names and pictures there. We can't see all of them. We will say some of them. We have you're going to say Queen Esther, and more our Iroquois claimants, and more recently is Virginia. Lydia Costanza and Barbara Herschel's, and currently is Lydia and Virginia Valentine, New Times. And equally traveling back and forth in circle times, our co-white cat Buffalo woman. We have Myrtle, Rosemary, and Pearl, and especially Mount Patricia Sunflowers, and Martha and Sophie equalies, and Anna Marie singing crickets, so loyalies, and ALLRs, and a lot more is theirs. And we equally have all our Orisha Yumayas. We have Rochelle Reyes, and we have Josephine Bakers and Elle Bakers, and we have Gogi and Lily and Gayela, of course, and we have our Lights families, our Bonnies and Sylvies, a lot more theirs, and we have, of course, our Alice and Hands, and more of our Estelarian families, so many more sins, and we have yours and yours to our bridges and our hearts, our Venusians and Marians, our reintertwining Magdalenes and Nazarenes, that includes Astrea and Libertina, Astrea, and lots more there, and equally as specialists as Sarah Harriet and Radiant Frey, and as Sarah Harriet, equally traveling back and forth in circles time, Clarity Clara, Jubilant Jacqueline, Precious Odette, Risen Rose, Grandma Marie, Grandma Popper, Grandma Dette, all the grace restored, Grandma Dorothy's teaching and learnings, all the lessons of the Wizardesses and Wizardesses of Oz that we all stars, connected to Leonie and Jenny and Lynn of the Gaia families, and Rachel and Ruchel and Kaya of the Stargates families. And our current generations of females, we have our Esther's and Rachel's and Anne-Marie's and Julie Anne-Marie's equalies, and Barbara's and Jenny's and Dia's Divines, and lots more. They're in our youngest generations. We have our April's arisen, the Rosa's arisens, Earth Angelines, also particularly we have our Hells and Hadassahs. We have our Somas, our Swanus, Sticks, and our Strawberries, our Lightning Leads, especially our beloved Vanessa Salia, and as a young couple, Vanessa Salia, and the Highlanders, Wesley's, and equally with Hadassah and Galen, and Leon Ross, and Benson, and John Bright, China, and Jubilant, and Blessed Bow, and more are coming. Very, always the Solarians, Easter Solarians, always related to these students. Parading on patriarchy, past, present, futures, ever yeast blessings.